Good afternoon, everybody. Busy times around here for me. Heading on to the weekend of WrestleMania. Woo! And tonight, Kurt Angle and others going to the WWE Hall of Fame. Looking forward to that. Specifically, Kurt Angle's, but everybody else's as well. Um, I don't think there is one. Maybe the Rock and Roll Express that I might skip a little bit, but I still will watch. I respect all the um, soon to be Hall of Famers. Each and every one of them. So at least listen to part of their speeches. But it's just for me. Obviously, I'm more geared to my generation. Again, generational thinking. Um, so for me, the ones I'm looking forward to most are Kurt Angle and Teddy Long. But I definitely am honored for them all. I don't know. I'm happy for them all to be honored here as they all deserve. So it's not like they don't deserve it. It's just again, who I know or who I remember most out of the class, and DDP as well. I almost forgot about him. He my boy there too. Um, and we'll see what goes down there for WrestleMania. But anyways, in this episode and in this video specifically, he's talking about a TV show episode, Riverdale. Yeah, I don't know why I said it that way, but I don't know. It's called Riverdale. Excuse me. Just give me a couple seconds here. I log in to get my notes here, show notes. Not show notes, just notes of the show, I guess. So show notes. I know I could have said the wrong word there, but either way, the wrong terminology. All right, anyways, see right into it. Which is called Chapter 8, The Outsiders here of Riverdale Season 1. And so much family tension in one episode for sure. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it than that. I mean, something was interesting. Down ties up, it's just crazy. I mean, consider Archie discovered just how bad his dad's business was. Polly chose the blossoms over her parents. Alice gave Hal the boot for encouraging Polly to get an abortion, although in other circumstances, violating. Jughead asked his father if he had something to do with Jason's murder, and Veronica eventually ratted out her mom's affair to her imprisoned father, and all that going down in one episode. So this being a pretty heavy episode, I know some people from other reviews I've seen of this and heading into this episode, ones that may know behind the scenes more things than I do. Obviously, that's pretty much everybody. I'm saying this would be a filler episode, and maybe, but I think it's definitely setting up to something. Not any like filler or placeholder or whatever terminology is used in that kind of way. That line of thinking, but it certainly was a way to, at least to me, establish each of these character situations and just how messed up or effed up, if you want to use those terms, they are in their situations are, and sometimes in the character as well. I mean, the character of the character, if that makes sense. Talking about one character's character. But, just establishing that as we start, or as we approach the second half of the season, as we get closer and closer, obviously, to the season finale. Every show is closer and closer to a season finale, even if it starts off its new season, technically, is one step closer to the season finale. But you know what I mean? You're, at least specifically for this show, again, after a long wait and being away for a little bit, starting here, I think this actually does start the second half of the series, of the season. I do believe and think so. So calling this the Outsiders, my purpose was to set up dominoes that we will see knocked down the weeks coming, seeing how what happened here in this episode, how all those tangles unwind, or how each way you weaved, yada yada, how things to move forward and persist in that way from this point. And I'm fine with that, obviously, and I'm enjoying it. And I'm really enjoying Archie and Jughead. That friendship, that romance, in a way, whatever you want to call it, just friendship in a way. Obviously, it's awesome. Just like I thought about my review of the Power Ranger movie, which I'm still happy about because it's a very good movie. Um, with Billy and Jason, the Red Ranger and Blue Ranger, kind of like back in the day. Again, back to my childhood, to the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and how that dynamic was between those two characters, the Red Ranger, Blue Ranger, even there. To a lesser degree than in the movie, unless my memory is serving me correctly, but just there, it reminded me of that here on this show, Riverdale, Jughead and Archie's friendship. There's how strong that bond is. I mean, yeah, there's a bigger thing being the triangle, which you know how much I'm used to that with Girl Meets World, going from again my show from the '90s, Boy Meets World, and that triangle that was on Girl Meets World, that was on Disney, and hopefully now will get picked up on Netflix or anywhere else. But for me as a fan, I'm hoping for Netflix. But anyways, yeah, but yeah, I mean, you would expect the community has gravitas characters given up tonight. I mean, until this point, she's only been a little more than a screen stealing cartoon, but here she shows that deep beneath her seemingly unhinged exterior, really cares for her family. I mean, that's kind of what you want to see. I mean, they cast her son to not in order to protect their daughters. It makes Polly's choice to live with Blossoms all the more heartbreaking, but to me, it seems like something that she didn't have to do, and it's fascinating. And for me, to see his impact, um, the Alex character from here. What's gonna happen now? Will she dumb down on her efforts to keep Polly safe, or will this all blow up in her face, or push for further for push Polly or further demands? Like, which way will it go? Which way will it go? Save her or destroy her. Pretty much in that way. Excuse me. And again, like I said, talking about the friendship between Jughead and Archie, there's some tension, but nicely, simply resolved there. And how I've seen how both these characters have been on shaky ground friendship wise since the season began, even though I still say, as I said before, I like how their friendship is, even though, yeah, there's, Archie being jealous of Jughead now dating Betty, or that especially back with, showing that stuff and this and that and yada yada. And Jughead with Archie, because Archie was with the teacher, and this and that from there. But still, just general friendship stuff. I mean, when I'm my friends, we don't agree with everything. We have disagreements. Some serious, some stupid disagreements. But either way, it's just how it works. And here on this show, at least to me, it seems like Jughead and Archie friendship has always been strong. It's just that situations pop up where either they don't agree or they're and friends calling each other out in situations. And I'm sure there will be moving forward. And if there's a new season, and I think there is, I think it already been re-up for season 2. But the big reveal of of a person being a serpent, which is certainly interesting. Should have shaken Archie a little bit, but it is what it is. And we already knew that in a way. So, but for him to figure it out, find out, and realize, it stands now and Jughead in front of solid dudes, and still largely a jerky, but so it's might be a problem, but it is something that they're working toward, and that was certainly interesting to see in this episode for sure. But next week, Archie into situation, and then Ethel returns as well. So that should be tons of fun. Should be very interesting to see how that all plays out and goes down when we get to that point, I'll get to that next episode coming up here probably next week. Hopefully, we're going back to weekly episodes. But thanks to all that have watched live and those that will be watching archived. If you enjoyed the review, enjoy the rest of your week, or today being Friday, being in the end of the week. Enjoy your weekend, have fun. Stay safe, and as always, take care.